Hello everybody, this is Naughty Bear. Now this started as a regular good old Nexus War game and it turned out to be something else. As I was checking my records, checking the teammates' records, I noticed that, oh, Jofu has left the game. Well, okay, good for me actually. Now, we had Jofu, who was relatively inexperienced, and oh, that was on the other side. Okay, so the guy on the other side left. Okay, now I have Grey Host, who was relatively inexperienced, and oh my God, what is Kevlar doing? Well, Kevlar has more than a couple of thousand games played. Blue, as you can see, opened with the Marine, Zergling, and there was a Zealot down at the bottom. So not a very consistent or strong opener. Whatever. So Orange King Cabal King Cabal is also new. Triple Marine opener seems to be like a new stuff. I'm asking Blue if he's new. Okay, well that's sparked a quit. Whatever. LOL from Kevlar. Okay, so just a regular game, one guy left on one side, one guy left on the other side, a couple of guys are new, a couple of guys are experienced, and one of them, of course, is naughty. Anyway, just moving along, trying to defend my lane, doing it apparently with roaches. Why am I doing it with roaches? Probably I have a thought about a roach sentry push, or otherwise just put, yeah, roach sentry push. I thought that since I'm left alone at the bottom, I might as well roll out a late roach sentry push and see how they respond. If they wouldn't respond strongly, then I would give me some information about the quantity and the quality of the level of their experience. Okay, I will buy Pylon. Where's other SCV? So Kevlar is taking the lead in this game. Very, very nice of him. Now I'm moving to Hydra, so I'm betting on my 30-second units that can be synced to each other. Okay, I got an extra pylon made by Kevlar, so then it does make sense for me to pylon as opposed to him. So there I go, I'm rolling out some Hydra. Hot Dog, over 1,000 games played too, so he should be the leader on the opposite team. And I had purposely increased the play speed of this video so that we don't spend time on boring details. So there I go, I make my own pylon and I become ahead on income. Lazy fart, trailing at the back. So Marauders and Marines for orange. I had forced a cannon. They did something like a road sentry push as well, combined with a lurker. So that is pretty strong because the majority of the units on top on our side are light units, and lurker is very strong against light units. And they're synced, so top is being pushed and top is being pushed pretty hard. I'm quite surprised that Kevlar, even though he has thousands of games under his belt, haven't made a Storm Assassin. But being a good citizen, I had dragged some of their army bottom, and it had nicely engaged into my synced army. They are probably going to do 2-on-2, and this defensive move is going to be equivalent of holding units in my lane. It will prevent the enemy from stacking, yet it will help my teammate on top to turn their wave. So I'm continuing with Immortals in the middle quite successfully as they decided to, oh, Kevlar made a Storm Assassin on my end. Thank you very much indeed. So he made a Storm Assassin on my side of the things, but he didn't made his Immortals. Okay. Now they have Ultra, they have lots and lots of Marauders, and boom, I use a nuke because quite frankly, my estimation was telling me that I won't be able to turn that wave. Emos spawn, Emos are going to take care of Ultra, which means that the trailing wave from the mid or from there is going to be coming after. I sincerely thought that Ultra is in the mid row. Okay, so I paired my Immortals with Mothership Cores to help out with that Ultra. And I'm continuing with Immortals. There you go. Tanks, Marauders, all of that nonsense is only going to suffer from Immortals. Now, Hot Dog, recognizing that top is exclusively ground only, had started piling out Broodlords. I think his plan is to drag units and allow Broodlords to do their damage. As you can see, Broodlords are just sitting out there making free kills. In the meantime, Orange is piling out Fire Baths, upgrading. Conclusion, Orange is a noob. Okay, well, noob is a noob. Having a noob in your team is not the end of the game, especially when Naughty is around. Now I keep my Immortals unsynced for whatever reason. I think because I'm not switching. Oh, look at this. Kevlar had sold all of his units and quit. I mean, this is one of those what the heck moments. Top is being countered by Broodlords. There is no point in sending my Immortals top because they're just going to get slaughtered. We see some attempts as to trying to sink the Immortals, and we do realize that we are now officially behind on income. Okay, so Immortals are now synced. I'm rolling out some scouts to help myself with Broodlords and other units on top. In the meantime, since we are behind on income, and Orange is still rolling out tanks and something else, that means that my best bet is to win this game in a hurry. Now you can see that I'm quite successful on the bottom, and I'm pressing bottom very, very hard. I split my mid, so I send Immortals downwards where they have a lot of advantage, and maybe it's time to send them top because I see Ultra, but I'm sending Scouts top so that I can take care of those Broodlords. Lazy Fart uses the nuke. I'm rolling out Colossus. I think this is one of the times. Oh, they have a very, very inefficient mid-row layout. And for efficient mid-row layout, be sure to check out Naughty's and Nexus Wars School's tutorial on mid-rows. Now, I'm rolling out my second Colossus because you can see that Scouts and Orange, by the way, remember how Kevlar said, oh, it's useless, I'm out, and some other bullshit? Well, Orange switched to Vikings, so he's maybe slow, but apparently at some point in time he's going to get this job done. Now I'm pressing bottom, so I do go air. I don't see any anti-air offense or defense from them, so I can build Void Rays. Now the rationale behind Void Rays, and people may say, well, Void Ray is a very, very weak unit. So the rationale behind Void Rays is that they will gradually increase my economy as opposed to betting all the money on scouts and betting all the money on carriers. Okay, so much so, I decided to win this game in a hurry, and I'm rolling out Mutas. So I think my plan is to roll out some Mutas at some Medivacs, and off I go with my Muta rush late in the game. Bottom is pretty behind. They are heavily invested in ground units, and I'm trying to come back from behind on income. And so long and so forth. So in a very, very naughty fashion, I shall roll out this Mutas in the mid-row, and I think my sync is also not going to telegraph. No sync for me. I'm just going to roll out this muta in an unsynced fashion. Now you can see on the minimap that top is being pressed. Now we are pushed on the bottom, but we have a very good chance of turning this wave, as I have my emo and I have my muta and I have my jam. Akvak used a nuke. They are left with one nuke. We are just with three nukes left, and top is going to have a really hard time with my incoming wave. Hot Dog uses the nuke. 20 minutes. Kevlar left. We are turning bottom. No problem. This is going to get turned for shizzle. I don't even have to rush an early hero and thereby trading the cooldown in my economy for saving a nuke. Okay, what am I doing next? I'm adding stalkers. I also have another name for stalkers as spammers. So for sure, this game was played after I became very strong and advanced in one-on-one. The rationale behind these 6 stalkers and a few dingles is that stalkers, mechanical units, are going to be repaired by the dingles, and stalkers with their fast speed and long range have a ridiculous ability to stack. Now top is maybe in trouble, as we are being haunted by the scouts. In that case, I have muta. So that muta comes in handy. It will probably kill bottom and it will jam units on top. So scouts are simply going to be busy trying to turn. That cannon was useless. I got my Kerrigan out to help my muta and other jam deal with the push. Let's see. Okay, Kerrigan deals with scouts. My muta is still unsynced. Probably muta was not the strongest move in the game, but however, it did allow me to catch up on income and create some sort of a air chaos. Now I'm going to use my Kerrigan to damage that Bloodlord pack, and I'm going to use the same technique I used on the bottom of rolling out those spammers or stalkers. Now we can see on the minimap that bottom is being crushed quite extensively. I didn't invest money into pylon because I was behind on income, and trying to catch up on income using pylons is probably going to be a very weak strategy. Anyway, Akvak quits. The lesson of today is very simple. You get what you get and you have to play with it. If you quit, it's 100% loss. If you stay, you give yourself a chance to win it all back and beat the other side. So peace out and spread the word.